Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to Protect Your Farm Business, where we talk about agribusiness related topics. I'm sorry about last week not being able to show my video, but this week you can see that I am alive and well in case anyone was worried about me. So this week I wanted to go over more of these resources. I think it is so great that we're able, as an educational center, to be able to share resources with other universities across the United States, and it is all free for you guys. And that's the nature of extension, and I think it is so awesome. So I wanted to tell you guys about FarmDoc, which comes out of the University of Illinois. And FarmDoc has been around for a very long time, and not only do they do very specific to Illinois publications, but they also do a lot of national type data work. And so I think it's extremely interesting. A lot of their articles, and they're really great articles, and they come out fairly often. And so I just wanted to show you guys this resource because I think it can be useful for a lot of people. And they're really talking about topics that might be controversial, or they're talking about topics that are very relevant to today's day and age. So one of the ones that you can see on their front page is the conventional and organic enterprise net returns. And I just wanted to talk about something real quick. And so it says right here on FarmDoc Daily that they have educational partners. And one of them is actually the farm business benchmarking program that they are a part of, just like Idaho is. And I really wanted to encourage you guys, again, if you are a farmer or a rancher and you really want to know your finances, but you actually want to give your data to a national database, which then you can make assumptions about Idaho. If we have enough producers in Idaho give their data, then we're able to do really cool things. And so I just wanted to hit that home. Again, it's in the description box if you're interested. But become a part of this farm benchmarking program that we have here in Idaho, which is a national effort to try to compare farmers and ranchers in other states to what we are doing. And it is really cool because we can compare inside the state as well. And so if you go into this article about conventional and organic enterprise net returns, I have it up here. You can see that actually FarmDoc has used the FINBIN database, which is where the data that we collect in our farm benchmarking program, it goes into the FINBIN database. And that is all through the Center of Farm Financial Management, which is at the University of Minnesota. But inside that database, you're allowed to make comparisons on, say you grow soybeans, say you grow, well, not here in Idaho, say you have dairy cows. Well, how is dairy doing in Idaho versus how it is doing in Minnesota or Wisconsin? How are potatoes here versus maybe Minnesota or Wisconsin? Sugar beets. So sugar beets here versus Minnesota, which are both very big sugar beet states. So if we have that data, we're able to make those comparisons. And then we're able to make comparisons inside the state as well. And so using that FINBIN data, that farm benchmarking program data, FarmDoc Daily from University of Illinois, Michael Langemeyer, was able to use that data to then compare conventional versus organic enterprises and their net returns. Well, how cool would it be if we were able to compare organic potatoes versus conventional potatoes? And for the state of Idaho, and there be a big enough pool of data to pick from to be able to compare them. Because it sounds really easy, like, oh, I can go organic and make so much more money. But is that true in Idaho? And it's really hard to use Midwestern data to be representative of what we do in Idaho. But we can use a lot of the same tools and a lot of the same analyses that they do to come up with our own numbers for Idaho. And so I think it's super cool. But what they found in this study is that it's true. Like, people are making more money with organic. And so the yields are down in a lot of these cropping systems. And then you have gross revenue, which you can see a lot higher. And especially here in Idaho, we grow a lot of alfalfa. And so you can see the net return to land for alfalfa based on the FINBIN data shows that you can make a lot more money. Again, this is Midwestern data, growing organic alfalfa. So I really wanted to show you the kind of cool things that they're able to do with our FINBIN data that we someday will hopefully be able to give to Idahoans and be able to produce as Idahoan educators. And so what's really also cool about FarmDoc is that you can have daily email updates. They have a full coverage of the coronavirus and ag. And so if you click on that, I already had it open. They have some updates with coronavirus in the pork industry, which is not necessarily involving us in Idaho, but it's just a lot of different types of videos that they have provided. That is FarmDoc Daily Live, Coronavirus and Ag. And so it's really interesting, all the things that they're able to do. And so one of the links that I actually put in the description box is about the CFAP payments, which I hope everyone signed up for. But they're showing what the actual payments, so projected versus actual payments by commodity. And so what projected payments were for all these commodities, and then how is that actual payment compared to projected payment. So if you're seeing millet is the only one that has actually gone over their projected payment. The rest of them have seen less than what their projected payment was. So you can see barley, which is very big in our state, only got 13% of the projected payment from in actual payment. And so it's just really cool information that they're able to gather on a national level. And they just have a very large team that's able to provide this resource for us. And I just think that it is something that I wanted to talk about today because they are able to provide a lot more than I can provide to you. But I think that using a lot of their things is great, and I hope we can recreate a lot of them. And so if you see something on FarmDoc and you're like, wow, can we recreate that study in Idaho? And I'll tell you, if you submit your benchmark data to us, probably. But seriously, I would be interested to know these studies that you see other states doing that maybe we could help recreate in our own state. So with that, that's all I've really had today. I think that it is very interesting to read about the CFAP payments just because it's so new and it's so relevant today. And then there's also possible future ad hoc payments. And so I know that the first frost here in Twin Falls is tonight. And so how is that going to impact our crops here? And maybe we can talk about that in our next meeting. So with that, I hope everyone had a great Labor Day and has a great rest of their week, and I will see you next week.